We aged whiskey in the rarest casks in the world, and it made something you will not believe.
Oh, it's good. Smooth. I could drink this all day.
Yes, a definite 10 out of 10.
This is a sherry bota. These are used to make Oloroso sherry, a wine exclusively made from the Jerez de la Frontera region in Spain. These are possibly the rarest and most unique barrels in the world. Here's the game plan. We're going to talk about the history. We're going to make a bunch of different blends. Then we're going to taste and refine those blends and get people's genuine reactions. In order to do this, we first need to understand the difference between traditional sherry cask finishes and these botas that we're utilizing. You've probably seen sherry cask finishing on a lot of different whiskey labels, especially in Scotch and Irish. It's very standard and common to use 53-gallon American oak barrels that have been seasoned with sherry for a small amount of time and then go on to age your favorite Scotch or Irish whiskey, or in some cases, American whiskeys. But those barrels that they're using were not the barrels that were used to make the actual sherry that people drink, the real sherry. Those botas have been utilized for nearly 100 years, or in some cases longer, to produce one of the most beautiful sherries in the world. They are used over and over and over again and have seasoned themselves over that amount of time to pick up all this unique and beautiful sherry character. Today, our Monogram Whiskey Solera has grown to 10 of these botas. We take each one of them and we fill them with a different component of our Kansas City whiskey. So some of them are filled with light corn whiskey, some are filled with straight bourbon, and some are filled with straight rye. Now, each one of those, we're putting in fully matured and aged whiskeys to begin with. It's not new make. So we're taking bourbon, rye, and light corn that's probably around 6 years old or older before it even goes into the bota, and then aging it from there. At that point, every year when we get ready to do our blend for the Monogram whiskey, we utilize the same method that they do in Jerez de la Frontera to make sherry. So we do fractional blending. What that means is we take a component out of each one of those barrels, we taste it, we analyze it, and we determine how we want to best utilize them to come up with the bottling for each year. We have to remember that these botas and the whiskeys inside of them are evolving and changing every year, year over year, and keeping some of the original whiskey in there from the very beginning. It's getting older and older and older and older as it goes on. So we utilize this method for two reasons. It imparts consistency from one year to the next by taking on this process. And two, it continues to add more depth, more character, and more flavor from the botas themselves. The tasting process and the blending process is something that we do not take lightly. We have a panel made up of myself, our master distiller, and a small team of others that have a long background and expertise in tasting and analyzing spirits. We go through multiple rounds of analyzing each one of the botas individually, taking detailed and meticulous notes about its flavor profile, the age, how long that blend has been in that particular bota. And then from that point, we put together multiple different blends aiming towards a little bit different flavor profile for each one. This is how we kind of narrow in each year of what the Monogram release is going to be. And we're trying to get somewhat close to the previous year's blend so that it fits in that same relative flavor profile, but at the end of the day, it ends up being a unique expression. All of that attention to detail and care that we take in the process of blending Monogram each year speaks to what that label actually means. Historically, J. Rieger & Company's Monogram whiskey was the top echelon of all of our whiskey offerings up until Prohibition. In resurrecting the brand, we wanted the same thing to be true. We wanted Monogram to be the crown jewel in our whiskey lineup, and we believe that what we're doing here with the special, unique quality that these botas bring and our connection with Jerez de la Frontera and the use of sherry in our whiskey, this is the top of the line offering that we have. All right, let's go taste it.
It smells good. It doesn't smell too strong.
It's got like a fall fruit, a little bit of spice. Yes, a definite 10 out of 10.
There's not a lot of bite to that at all.
Maybe caramel?
Kind of curly. Got a nice leg.
Oh, it's good. Smooth. I could drink this all day.
That's a 9. I would drink that anytime.